Welcome to Talk Birdie to Me with former world number 16 Nick O'Hearn and Tour Pro Mark Allen, live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. And thanks to our great partners, Hostplus, the official retirement partner of Talk Birdie to Me. Driving a BMW is like hitting the perfect shot. Smooth, controlled and powerful. Titleist, the clear number one ball in golf. FootJoy, the number one shoe and glove in golf. Betr, when the greats bet, they bet with Betr. And the Golf Clearance Outlet, who beat everyone's prices. Now, here's Nick and Mark.
G'day everybody, welcome to this week's program, and as usual, the golf world is churning. Nice to see you, Nicholas.
You too, Mark.
It isn't incredible. I mean, we have picked the perfect moment to start a podcast, and that was when LIV the Disruptor came in. So many good things have happened in golf since because of LIV, but we did see the finale this week in Indianapolis.
Have we seen the finale?
Well, that's a good question.
I mean, we've possibly got LIV 2.0 happening, but I hear your source has come back with some more information for you.
He's back. Yeah, LIV Insider.
Yes.
I'll go straight to it.
Yeah,
I'll
why
go
not?
straight to it.
So
he was right last week, which was fabulous.
This is your source, LIV Insider in the US, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he was spot on last week, even though some people didn't think he was spot on, but he was absolutely spot on last week. And again, I'll give you what he has sent me.
Okay.
So we'll see this week whether he's right again. So firstly, he starts Rahm, Hatton, Casey, Poulter out. No longer with LIV.
Right.
Neiman, Puig, how do you say his name?
Yeah.
Puig.
Puig or Puig.
Puig.
Take your pick.
Varner, likely out. 1, 2, 3.
See, he got in a bit of trouble last week for playing in a 6-ball or something at a golf course. Well, there was
playing the 6.
Yeah, I know. He said they weren't, but anyway, keep going.
Now, he goes on. A bunch of players bullish about 2.0, but a lot will depend on the majors. So if the next version of LIV doesn't get the ranking points where players will get access to the majors, a lot of them will leave, which makes sense.
Yeah. And when you come to ranking points, a lot of it comes down to strength of field.
Yeah.
So if the big names leave, the fields are going to be very weak.
That's right.
So
also, I mean, I keep reading where they're saying that the prize pools for next year, the individual they're talking about, will be 10 to 6 million.
6 to 10 million.
6 to 10 million. Still
huge, good money.
Huge money. I mean, crazy good money.
Wow.
I don't think that'll happen. I don't think the top end, especially, I don't think they're going to get 10 million a week in LIV.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I'll say it this way. I'll be surprised if they get 10 million a week, plus the team purse as well, which is a big part of LIV Golf.
Yeah. Plus, well, the other thing is you got to remember the build out for each week. It costs a lot of money to put these tournaments together. Now, will it be to the scale that we've had the last few years? Of course not. But it still costs a lot of money to do.
Okay, he goes on, my LIV Insider. LIV will file for bankruptcy by mid-September, then try to onboard players for LIV 2.0. Investor has another whale lined up to help. Now, that's interesting. So the Insider is very big that there is somebody else. It won't just be what we keep reading, a loan from... do we
know who the investor is?
No,
by the
it
way?
hasn't been named.
Okay, right.
It's never been named, and this whale is apparently there, according to this fella. Sponsor deals will go with bankruptcy, but Scott O'Neill is hoping to re-up on the new terms, same as players. Now, that to me kind of means that we're going to try and get things rolling again.
Yeah.
After bankruptcy.
He's talking a good game, I'll say that.
Gee, bankruptcy, to me, that hurts everything.
It does.
I mean...
Well, it means they can wipe the books away, can't they?
Well, that's just so wrong, isn't it? That you just screw everybody and then start again.
I feel for the vendors especially who haven't been paid in quite a while and they're owed money. They put their time, sweat and put their own money into it, I'm sure. So
all right,
tough. He
goes on. Staff will be exited by mid-September. Some will be rehired. Now, that's what he's heard. These are his thoughts.
Okay.
Biggest issue I can see beyond the above is the pathway and the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Now, that makes a lot of sense.
True.
They need to get major access renewed And without it, they don't have anywhere for guys to play more than 10 events a year and will struggle to recruit, which also makes sense. European Tour players staying will try to call DP bluff to reinstate fines and will sue if they get fines again, would have a decent restraint of trade case.
That's
Probably.
interesting. Yeah.
Decent.
Okay.
A decent case. Here's some news. Also, Phil is all in for 2027.
Yeah, I was wondering what happened to Phil. We
Yeah,
haven't
he's
heard from
gone.
him in a while.
Yeah,
so
he's had a rotten year by the
Yeah.
sounds of it. And what we know has happened, but a rotten year with his family, a rotten year with what's all come out. But
Yep.
Phil is all in for 2027.
Okay.
He goes on again, don't let up on the global golf. Now, that means, how I've been reading between the lines, PGA Tour, we're already in bed here in Australia, the Australian Open. He thinks that's a pathway for the new PGA Tour 2028 as well,
Yep.
to where national opens will combine in a circuit in the NFL season. So the championship is off-season NFL,
Right.
which makes sense.
Yeah.
All righty. So
Okay.
he's big on that too. He thinks that looks likely.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Well, the interesting part about that is it's funny when this episode airs, Brian Rolap is scheduled to do a press conference
That's right. Of course.
just after this, of course. Now, whether that's part of his announcement, I don't know. I have heard that PGA Tour and DP World Tour are currently in talks about a global tour series of some sort, so maybe that has something to do with it.
So this can't be an excuse for the PGA Tour to keep everyone in the USA, and the PGA Tour being the only place for guys to play. This is why he's big on the global opens circuit. There has to be other options. So they should get serious about a fall overseas tournaments plan, which is the National Opens plan, to get serious about getting stars together. Now, what LIV has shown us, and this is the great thing about LIV Adelaide, is that there are areas of this planet that have been starved of big-time golf. So, for instance, LIV Dallas, they were wrapped when they sold 20,000 tickets.
For the week.
Doing cartwheels.
Yeah.
LIV Adelaide sold 25,000 a day. So Adam Scott sees this.
Yep.
Tiger Woods on the PGA Tour policy board sees this. They all see it. So if they did bring a field similar, let's say 25 players from what do you call it? The championship on the PGA Tour.
Tier.
That's right. If you brought 25, that doesn't mean they have to play in all of them, but 25, 20, maybe they have to play in two each of the National Opens. And we'll sort that out. It could be the English Open, could be, which is dormant at the moment, could be the Japan Open, could be the Australian Open, whatever.
Yeah.
So let's make that a go. If they make that a go, then that's very satisfying to a lot of people in the world of golf.
Indeed.
He goes on to say the World Golf Rankings messed this up, and he's talking about they gave too many points to the elevated events on the PGA Tour. And that was to combat what we're seeing in LIV is what he suspects.
Okay.
So when the big events on the PGA Tour, the elevated events with no cut, which kind of goes against things, when they got elevated points, and that kind of made everything skew-if. And what he's suggesting is that it's time to give less spots to the DP, the AT, which is the Australian Tour, the AAT,
or Asian Tour,
Tour, and the Sunshine Tours, all that stuff. The Golf Rankings messed all this up in the first place when they gave extra weight to elevated PGA Tour events. All of that I agree with.
Yeah. I mean, they've always skewed world ranking points to the US and rightly so to the extreme they went to. Probably not, given there was no cut events and things like that.
Anyway, a big thanks to our LIV Insider. We'll see whether what he says will take place, but also his opinion is a pretty good one when you know where the information comes from.
Yeah.
So he's put all that together.
He was accurate last week about his comments, which were specifically about the individual prize money. He didn't mention the team's money. That was where some people said, well, hang on, you didn't talk about that. Well, we didn't know about that.
No.
Well, we knew the team's money was on the way up. I mean, we just didn't know that
The amount.
the poor kid, what's his name, Michael Lasasso, only got $2 million for winning this week instead of $4 million.
Well, I wouldn't. $2 million is still pretty good. I
Still
wouldn't.
fabulous,
But
big check.
he finally, and he needed to win because he was in that, probably the drop zone is what they call it. And because he hasn't had a top 10 all year, and he rose to the occasion and beat John Rahm, Bryson DeChambeau down the stretch.
They both shot 64 in the last round, those two.
Something 64 or 5, something like that.
Now, did you see Bryson, on the way out off the golf course? He was talking about, he was disappointed, but at the very end, he said a big surprise is coming.
Oh, really?
Yeah, did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Well, he said that when he left the golf course.
I
So
thought-
Dan's got it. Let's have a listen to what he had to say.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of potential moving forward. It's been an interesting ride, that's for sure. You know just as much as I have everything that we've gone through and the tough moments that we've had, but it's made us stronger. As much as we're transitioning from LIV 1.0 to 2.0, I have great thoughts about what could happen next year. I wish I could be more upfront about it, but ultimately I'm proud of the fact of what we've done. The good and some of the bad that we've unfortunately had, things that have occurred. I'm going to be real with it. Not everything was perfect, but for the most part, we've done a solid job. And if there's one thing that I could say is, we did something different in the game of golf, and I'm proud of that.
Well, there's a lot of people who look forward to witnessing future greatness. You on the golf course.
I appreciate it. I think there's something fun coming.
All right, so a big surprise is what he's left us with there. And then one day later on social media, he's basically posted himself in a winning position, hands in the air, and it said, it was a good run.
Well,
what is it?
Is this a fooled you type moment, or you never know with him?
Yeah.
Because he flips, all the time. He's been great for golf. I mean, Bryson is one of those characters where you go, he's a content dream. And what is he now? The most watched golfer on YouTube ever, I think. Probably his channel. It'd be the biggest in the world.
The only contact my son has with golf is when I take him for 4 or 5 holes at night and when he watches Bryson on YouTube. All right, so he's been enormous for golf.
Yeah.
I tell you, I saw a couple of rippers. He went to one place in Banff recently, and then he went to another place called Northwood, where they've got these big pines. They must be 200 years old. And then Alison McKenzie designed a course. I mean, fabulous. I ended up watching the whole thing.
Did you?
With my boy, because it was interesting.
Good.
Right? So
it's what you want to watch.
He's fabulous for golf. But I wonder how he gets back to the championship if that's in the back of his mind. In 2028, the top tier, $20 million a week, how does he get back to that?
Yeah, that's what the roll app and the tour probably have to figure out, because he is good for the game of golf in whatever shape, form you want to do. You don't want to just see him become a YouTube golfer and all of a sudden shows up for the 4 majors every year, because he's just not going to be able to compete. We've seen that.
We've seen it.
Yeah,
we've seen it. And if maybe he has a week out of the box, but you want him competing at his sharpest all the time. It'll be interesting if LIV 2.0 gets up and going. And let's just say, okay, even though the boss is saying $10 to $6 million, 10 events, he's got 7 international places lined up already. Let's just say the top end prize money is $5 million. Is he going to be content doing that when he's seen everybody else play for $20 million and he doesn't get any world ranking points? And I mean, will he really be content? Will other players want to do that?
Yeah, I mean, money's not an issue anymore, really, is it? It's just more about what makes him happy. And if you believe everything he says, when you see him speak in front of the camera, it's all about growing the game of golf and getting young players into it. So if that's the case, he might be happy. Who knows? I can't tell you what Bryson thinks, because he's a different cat. I'll say that.
It's hard. It's very difficult. Okay, let's move on because there's been another scandal. Well, not really, but at least on social media. Social media blew up on the 14th hole at what championship were they playing? The
BMW Championship.
The BMW Championship. Before we play it, Dan, I've hidden something in your big box over there.
Oh, right.
Hand it over.
Oh, here it is.
Because
finally,
I've brought it in.
Oh, okay.
The Talk Birdie to Me watch list is live.
Okay.
Finally, I got rid of the FootJoy box. There we go.
I like the little crayon and the
Chalk.
and the eraser. Sorry,
then
the chalk. My bad.
This cost $8.50, and I've kept the receipt, Dan. So
Okay.
all right. So there it is, and currently we've got Bryson DeChambeau at number 1 for what took place at the Open Championship.
For a bloke who famously can't spell, Mark, you've done very well with DeChambeau.
Believe me, I checked everything. Wyndham Clark is in headlights this week. He's under the spotlight.
Is he going to move from?
Will he move? And then Patrick Reed. Now, your suggestion is that at number 3 we put him in permanent marker because he should just always be there.
I think you should just paint it on.
Paint it on.
That way he's always there.
He's always,
and then 1 and 2 just revolve.
1 and 2.
Although the only issue, and then if he does do something, as he typically does, we could have him twice at number 1 and number 3.
Well, that'd be interesting. So that's yet to be resolved, but we'll see what happens. But honestly, there's probably a watch list of about 100.
Wow.
Can you give that back to Dan now?
Okay.
All right. So some people are saying that there is an improvement of lie here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's roll the tape, and you and I, and Dan, if you could move our TV so I could watch this a little bit closer. Thank you. Okay, let's roll this, and let's get a decision from an ex-world number 16 and somebody who is a stickler for rules. That's me.
First of all, this is the second of 2 videos, by the way. He's already spent a couple of times.
Seconds.
The caddy's kind of blocking things here.
Now, was that a game plan for the caddy to get in the way of the camera?
I don't think the caddy knows he was. I think knew he was around that area, but I don't think that's a deliberate thing. But the way Wyndham is just changing clubs, putting it behind the ball, having some swings.
See, at the moment, I've seen nothing wrong with what he's doing. He's not whacking grass down, and as far as I can tell, he's just sitting multiple clubs behind the ball. Now, he's not pushing down there. And when he takes that little practice swing that he takes doesn't affect his lie. That's my view so far.
The practice swing is fine. I think everything he's doing is fine. I still think he should be penalised. You know why?
Why?
Because he takes about 2 minutes 30 to hit this shot, and that is a joke. Slow frickin' play drives me nuts, as you know, Mark. And because all before this, he'd done this for quite a while before this, right? So
I don't think I've seen anything wrong. So I know there's a lot.
As far as the lie improvement goes, I think it's fine.
I think he gets a 100% green light for not improving his lie enough. Now, here's the thing. He ends up hitting a great shot and ends up birding the last 3 holes to win, and it was a great win. He's 3rd of the year. Well done, Wyndham. In that situation, and you know as well as I do, you've played golf your whole life. When you put the club down lightly behind the ball, your lie does get improved a little bit, but that's part of it. Because that's in the rules. It says you're allowed to let the club sit behind the ball, and just the weight of the club sits on top of the grass or the trees or whatever.
Sure.
That's when I say tree, the branches, whatever it might be. You can let your club just sit there. It's banging the grass down.
Totally agree.
Is when we frown upon.
He probably hit in some sort of a shorter shine, maybe an 8 or a 9 iron there. If he'd have pulled the hybrid out, then I would have gone, okay, hang on. Yeah. We've got another story going on here.
That's right.
That's ridiculous.
Because it was a wedge shot. You're not going to pull the hybrid out.
The only thing I could say is, do they put a limit on how many times you're allowed to put the club head behind the ball? Yeah. Because as you say, maybe there's a slight, a minuscule improvement of lie each time you do that.
Well, that's where I think your point is valid.
Takes too long.
He's taken too long. So, if he was on the clock, I would hope in that situation he gets pinged a shot or whatever the penalty is. Bang, 1 shot, you're done. And let's really make this tournament interesting.
It's kind of why we need a shot clock like that. If we had a shot clock, make it a minute. We talk about 40, 50 seconds. Have a minute shot clock for everyone. Bang, here's the timer. It's starting. Have it in view so players could go, oh, hang on. It's like in tennis. Same thing. They know they can see it counting down.
Was he the first player to go then? Yeah. So he got the 50 seconds?
Whatever it was, yeah. So.
He gets the 50
but
seconds.
But it was around...
I don't think they're on the clock.
No, they weren't. But he took about 2 minutes 20 or 30 to hit that shot. from the time he got to the ball and started with the club behind the ball and so on and so forth. So,
all right. So the good news for Wyndham Clark is on the Talk Birdie to Me watch list, he remains.
He's staying. I don't think he's going to number one, though.
No. Show it, Dan, just so people know.
All right.
There you go.
Here it is.
There we go. He remains at number 2. I've got a quick question. Dan, what's that scratch on your head? Have you been bashed or what's the story?
The scratch on my head.
Is that from your new pet dog?
That one here?
Yeah, the one that's easily seen. What the hell
That's
happened?
not from Charlie, is it?
Do you want the real story or do you want a slightly more entertaining story?
Oh, well, we're in the entertainment business. What have you got for us?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What do you got?
I was attacked by a crocodile.
No, I don't believe that.
Okay.
Well, that's one story. The other one was I may have been opening a cupboard door.
Yeah.
Charlie might have bit my toe, and I looked down and hit the cupboard door. And it's quite the gash. I mean, geez,
It is.
What, didn't miss.
What did you put on it? Did you put mercurochrome on it or something that
No,
really highlight it?
I put nothing on it.
Okay.
Not a thing. There's
You're
not a
healing
thing.
well.
If he'd have had hair, you wouldn't be able to even tell. So, sorry, Dan. Couldn't
That was a low blow
resist. Sorry.
from Nico.
Turn your microphone off for 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Nico.
okay, do it.
Goodness me.
I'm on the watch list.
I'll tell you, we are on the watch list. That's
Mm-hmm.
funny you say that. The Golf Australia watch list.
Are we?
Yes,
Well,
we are.
hang on. Are we or are you?
Well, you agreed with everything I said last week
did I?
in our top 5.
Okay.
I did give Golf Australia, I gave him a little bit of a clip, I guess, but it comes from the right place. You know, I just want our golf to be the best golf possible.
You are passionate about golf. I'll say that.
It was fair to say that the playing in 2s on the weekend instead of 3s, we got some feedback by heavyweights at Golf Australia and the Challenger PGA Tour.
And our good friend.
Some of that
Langers.
feedback came from Heath McLeod, who is the tournament director of the PGA Tour of Australasia. We've got him. He's in Port Moresby. Nice to see you, Heath.
Nice to be on, gents. How's things in Melbourne?
Wet,
Yes.
rainy, disgusting day here.
You're at Port Moresby up there for the first event on the Challenger PGA Tour of Australasia. How's it looking?
Yeah, that's correct. No, raw Port Moresby. It's dry. I think we're 115 days now without any rain. But nevertheless, the forecast for Thursday is rain because we've got a golf tournament to start. So that's generally how it works, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Now, Heater, last week I was banging the desk, and I want our Australian Opens to have 2s on the weekend and not 3s. But there was a reasonable excuse this year, and it was because of how many players made the cut. So can you explain to our listeners why this situation happened last year at Royal Melbourne?
Yeah, no problem, Mark. Look, love the passion, you and Nick, about playing in 2 balls, but the realities are that when we have a 65 and ties cut, and we had 74 players make the cut at the Australian Open last year, couple that with a TV finish time for the broadcast of 5 o'clock, we simply just don't have enough time in the day to get it all played in 2 balls. And it would mean that we're probably starting play on Saturday and Sunday a little bit after 6 o'clock in the morning. And whilst it's daylight, that does mean that the range has got to open at 4 o'clock and the players' names have got to open at 4 o'clock. And that's not a really great experience for those players out early. It's certainly not a great experience for our very needy volunteers or very worthy volunteers and the spectators as well.
Okay, so what about if we had a 6:30 start? I mean, what's the cutoff, do you think, to get it back in 2s?
Look, I think if we can get a cut below 70, somewhere in that 65 to 70 range, I think if we've got a good weather forecast and a nice pace of play, a good pace of play earlier in the week, we can certainly get to 2 balls. Don't worry, at the tour, we would rather play in 2 balls, but the realities are that sometimes we just don't have enough time.
Well, that's what I want to hear. Now you've just warmed everything in my heart. that you want to play in 2s on the weekend, Heath. That's nice to hear because I was a bit worried there for a little bit because one of the things that we struggle with, Nick, is how many cameras, and it's always hard to cover as many players as we want. But to hear that the tour wants to play in 2s is great. Yeah. And you know more about this being part of the commentary.
Yeah, exactly. It's getting up early to do it all. I think you should issue a formal apology to everyone out there.
No, I'm not issuing any apology. I still want the the Kingston Heath Australian Open to be played in 2s, Heath. So I'll be cheering for a low cut.
Yeah, low cut, good forecast, and I'm sure we can get close to your wish there, Mark. And there's no need to apologise. As I said, we love the passion about it, and for our flagship events like the Capital.com Australian Open and the BMW Australian PGA Championship, we really do want to play in two balls and showcase the sport. But sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Good on you, Heath. Thanks for touching base, mate. Enjoy Port Moresby, and we'll see you when you're back.
No worries. Thanks, gents.
Cheers.
I might have to read out because Andrew Langford-Jones was a big part of my whack last week.
Langer's texted me as well and said, I've sent this to Mark. And
yeah, I'll read out his text because it was quite good.
Should.
I think he called you a prima donna, which makes sense.
Who?
In my text anyway.
No, I think he was referring to golf pros in general.
Oh, was he?
You prima donnas.
Yeah. Anyway.
Which is about right.
I'll read it out a little bit later because it's worth having a listen to it. Hey, we haven't done our Hostplus for golf.
No.
And we haven't done our BMW Touch of Class, but amazingly, it all comes from the one golf.com tweet.
Oh, yes.
That we both saw.
Yes, the Rory McIlroy and Scottie Scheffler. Comparison on how you answer questions about players bringing value to the tour and LIV and things like that. And I actually thought we were going to go for the Tyrrell Hatton toucher class this week for his walk-up.
What did he do?
Well, the reverse toucher class, because he had a walk-up song at LIV. You know how they do those?
Yeah, the walkout song.
The walkout song at the final event. And it was "I Want to Break Free" by Queen.
Have we got it? Have we got it at all? I'd love to see it. Like Tyrrell Hatton comes walking out to "I Want to Break Free" last round of LIV 1.0.
Something tells me I don't think it was on air, that one.
Pretty disrespectful.
Pretty disrespectful.
No, but,
well, look, I came in really big on, even though I disagree with what Rory McIlroy had to say in this, I'm so glad he speaks his mind. I just think it's fabulous that we have somebody at the top of the tree not afraid to say what's inside him. Now, he pisses a lot of golf people off, including my mum. He pisses my mum off, and my mum loves everybody.
Yeah, no, that's true. And he says stuff that you don't agree with now and then, like apparently Royal Melbourne is not the best course in Melbourne.
Royal Melbourne. Yeah.
I mean, come on, Rory. Jeez.
Come on, Rory. So I'm gonna put him as my plus for golf.
Yeah. That's fair call.
Thank you for speaking your mind.
Yep.
And I think it's great for the game.
And our friends at Hostplus, they speak their mind. I love it.
That's exactly right. Good on you. Anyway, but you came in from a different angle. You wanted to talk about Scottie Scheffler.
Yeah, because he answered the same question or a similar in a touch of,
with class.
With class, and for BMW, that's what it's all about. And we're going to play those two responses.
Touch of class.
Driving a BMW is like hitting the perfect shot.
Well, that is pure magic.
I think it sort of goes side by side, and it's a very fascinating two ends of the spectrum. But as you say, good for golf and all class as well.
Like when we talk about the best players, LIV has a few players that are really good. I think the depth that we have on our tour is a bit unmatched, but I think when you look at the higher levels of LIV Golf, there's definitely some players that would provide, a lot of value to the tour, and guys that I love competing against as well.
I mean, I'd argue, have they brought value to LIV? I think PGA Tour is in a really good spot.
There obviously has to be, I think, some sort of penalties. What those are, I'll let Roll Up and all those guys figure it out. We have great leadership within the tour now, but I think having those guys come back and competing with whatever happens with LIV, whether those guys want to leave or, you got to ask them. But I think for me, being able to compete against the best players in the world, there's certainly some guys on that tour that can compete out here. And, I look forward to the chance to compete with them more often.
I feel like I've kept my position consistent that LIV has never been a good thing for the game. And whatever 2.0 looks like, if it even happens, they're, they say they're trying to be more collaborative and all that, but I don't know. This is the best platform for the top professional golfers in the world. Were there some things at the start of LIV that the PGA Tour could have done better? Or sure, but I think that the guys that went, or you think back to the start with, like, say Phil was unhappy with some stuff or whatever it was. Like, surely that just warranted a conversation instead of blowing the entire professional game up and doing something else. So I don't take any personal satisfaction of people like losing jobs and like that doesn't seem right. But I've always felt like this is the best place to play professional golf, and I'm pretty sure if the PGA Tour were handed $6 billion, it would have done a better job of it.
What I'm working on in my swing at the moment is being able to sync my lower body to my upper body on the way down. The Hyperflex shoe offers the stability and comfort that I'm looking for in my golf swing. Golf shoes are a huge part of golf equipment, especially when I'm working with the longer clubs like 3-wood and driver. I'm really able to go to another gear and know that I'm going to be supported. My name is Elvis Smiley and these are my FJs.
From Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, this is Talk Birdie to Me. We're here for BMW, luxury and comfort for the 19th hole. Hostplus, the official retirement partner of Talk Birdie to Me. The golf clearance outlet, they beat everyone's prices. And Betr, ahead of the game. Now for Titleist, the #1 ball in golf, and FootJoy, the #1 shoe and glove in golf. Here's Nick and Mark.
Okay, welcome back. Hey, Dan, before we get to Nick's top 5, and it's a beauty, folks, you want to hang around for it. How are we going for entries for the cliffs at Kangaroo Island?
Oh, well, there's been tons of entries. We've got 2 more people we're going to put in. I think is it 2 or 3? I think it's 2. 2 more people we're going to put in the draw. Still time to do it. If you want to go to our socials, the link is there. What we want to see is we want to see a story that means something to you about your time in golf and a photo that goes with it. And send it in, and on Friday in the feedback pod, we'll put the next person in the draw. We'll ultimately have 8, and Nick O'Hearn will do the honours and pick a name out.
And the trip's in November, the weather, bring your shorts. It's going to be fabulous.
It will be good.
Good time of the year.
Will be good. So
time for this week's top 5.
When the greats bet, they bet with Betr. Top 5, top 5, top 5.
The top 5 for Betr. When the greats bet, they bet with Betr.
Top 5, top 5, top 5.
This week's top 5, given LIV has, well, we don't know if it's going to finish or not.
LIV 1.0 is done.
But it's a top 5. Thanks for the memories. Now, the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever you want to say, the weird.
Yes.
Anyway.
Memories, great memories of LIV 1.0.
And in honour of this, I'm going to make it a top 6.
Oh, of course.
I'm sorry. Well, I was tossing up between 5 and 6, and you quickly reminded me in the break of one, which I completely forgot about. But the fact that LIV, the number 54, when they went to 72 holes, they kept it as LIV.
Yeah,
they didn't go to Lexi, which is what it would have become, because apparently Lexi, what is it, LX something in Roman numerals is 72. So I'm going to put that as 5B.
Nice.
5A, the team names. Who can forget? Who can forget the Nibliks?
Yeah.
Who then rebranded to Range Goats.
Hang on, what was the first name?
Nibliks. You don't remember it?
No, I don't.
So these are the initial names.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Do you remember what Team Ripper was first called? The Aussie team.
No.
Bang, that was the Punch team.
No, the Punch. Rippers is a much better name.
Rippers is so much better.
No wonder Punch wasn't any good.
But the names are so good. You got the Cleeks, the Majestics. We all thought they were a joke in the beginning. And, 8-year-old school kids could have come up with something better.
Now, Niblik was a famous brand of golf shoes.
Golf shoes. It was also
when I
a
was
club.
a kid. But what club was a Niblik? If you know, get in touch with our socials. Let us know what a Niblik was.
I think a Niblik was
in
something
the
like
old time
5 or a 6 iron
hickory shafted
equivalent,
days.
something like that.
Yeah,
maybe.
let us know what a
Anyway.
Niblik is.
So the team names, that's my number 5.
Right.
Number 4, this man, well, some could say he's number 1 because he has led the charge for LIV over the years. Bryson DeChambeau, all the amazing stuff and interesting stuff. And I just want to highlight one where he went into a grudge match. It was a knockout punch and Bryson didn't deliver it. It was Bryson versus the rope.
Now I remember.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
That memory?
That was a very good memory. God.
It was classic.
That's showmanship.
It's classic. That's number 4, by the way, and it's only getting better. Number 3, 2023, LIV London. Who could ever forget the flash mob?
What's the flash mob?
Take a look.
Who are they?
I think they were people who work for LIV and decided to, okay, let's rehearse something to make the opening of this event a little different. And
they worked at LIV.
I believe so. I mean,
well, they finished up and did their invoicing out the back, or what they do?
There were some pretty good dancers, I'll say that.
Well, if they actually were workers and they had the guts to go out and do that,
well, anyway,
as poor as it was.
That
wasn't exactly Michael Jackson's Thriller, was it?
There's some great flash mob things on the internet. That's there is. That's not one of them.
Quite a memory.
At least they're trying things. I'll give them credit for trying stuff.
Yes. Yeah. Number 2 and number 1 are similar in a way, but I think number 2 especially is one of the great redemption stories of LIV, and that's Anthony Kim.
Oh, that's a good one.
And ultimately his win at Adelaide was almost a full circle moment for him, because he was a superstar back in the day on the PGA Tour. I remember playing with him. He was cocky and arrogant, don't get me wrong, but this guy could really play. Had the massive belt buckles, and obviously had his struggles and turmoils in life, and has turned it around, and it's just great to see. At
that point of the season, and I'm talking the golf season, not the LIV season, that was the story of the year in golf. It was huge.
Massive. Some were calling it the greatest comeback ever.
Well, it was.
Does it overtake Ben Hogan or Tiger Woods? Who knows? So,
anyway. Ben Hogan did win.
When you talk about life stories,
majors, but a life story. This bloke was.
It was incredible. But my number 1, thanks for the memory, LIV Golf. Thank you for LIV Adelaide, because yes, golf clap is certainly needed. I went to the first one, doing some radio there, and it was the loudest event I think I'd ever been involved with. And I thought, wow, okay, this is going to be interesting. Yeah. But it brought people to the game that would never usually go to a golf tournament, and it brought players down that we hadn't seen in so long. So as it's proven year on year, LIV Adelaide has become one of the biggest events in Australian golf.
I know people who went to LIV Adelaide 2 or 3 years in a row, and they're not necessarily golfers. They just lovers of sport, lovers of going to events. And they tell me it wasn't the best golf tournament they've been to. It was the best sports event that they've ever been to. And that's why they kept on going back. Yeah. No, which is remarkable.
Indeed. So do you think the LIV haters will come at me for that? I thought I blended it pretty well.
You softened them up.
It softened them up a little.
Yeah, you did soften them up. But look, like I said at the very start of the program, LIV Adelaide is the blueprint for the National Open circuit that will be in the NFL season. It's just, it works. You know, you bring big name players down, and the best thing about it is if you bring down 25 players of note from the championship, then you can still have all these National Open fields full of locals.
Indeed.
And it'll just work. You know, you can have the best of the rest playing. If you've got the best of the rest and you've got 25 stars, you're going to sell as many tickets as you would ordinarily.
Totally.
All right. Ready for some feedback?
Let's go.
Bring it.
Talk Birdie feedback. Thanks to Southern Golf Club.
First one here from Darren. Good morning, Dan, Nick and Mark. Are you able to confirm if LIV players are able to compete in the President's Cup this year? By the way, love the pods. Keep up the great work. Cheers, Darren.
Well, they're not allowed this year?
I don't think so, because first and foremost, you'd put Lucas Herbert on the team. Definitely.
In the President's Cup, he would get a run, yeah.
Joaquin Neiman.
He would get a run?
Yep. And I don't think they are allowed to.
Yeah. So we've seen it, it's because the President's Cup is a PGA Tour run event.
That is correct.
Where the Ryder Cup is run by the PGA of America and... is it the European
British
PGA,
I think, or something like that. Yeah.
Well, you'd like to think so. So two different bodies run it.
Yeah.
So I think you're spot on, because the Ryder Cup, Tyrrell Hatton played, didn't he?
Well, John Rahm did.
John Rahm did.
Yeah.
I think Hatton's played before. And he was LIV.
Yeah. True.
Did Bryson play?
Yes, Bryson's
for
played.
America.
Maybe Brooks did. I think.
Yeah.
I think Brooks has played on there as well.
Major
So
winners,
Ryder Cup, yes. President's Cup, no. Yep.
Okay. This one here comes from Marilyn. You were talking about the leaderboard last week and how some people, or some players rather, are a bit scared of the leaderboard.
Yeah, they get scared off the leaderboard when they see their name there.
Yeah, Marilyn had a comment on that. She said, Faraday once said that some players don't want the responsibility of winning. That was an interesting comment that she thought, she recalls him making. Great show. I watch each day from Edmonton in Alberta in Canada, and I'm looking forward to Nick's take on the LPGA Canadian Open playing here last week.
Yeah.
In the global results.
Yeah, that was quite a result. I'm trying to think if I have. I don't think I have.
I played the Canadian Tour twice, in 90 and 91.
Right.
And it was one of the first stops. It was great. All those towns were sensational. You start on the very left-hand side.
On the west.
First stop was Vancouver Island.
Yeah, played there.
In Victoria. It's the most, still to this day, the most beautiful place I've ever been in my entire life is Vancouver Island.
Well, I'm going to say that and raise you one. I went to Queenstown the other week. My goodness.
Oh, yeah, that's unbelievable.
Queenstown.
That's unbelievable. Can I tell you my story? I was at Parliament House because Victoria is, I think it was the capital. They had Parliament House there. We're on the steps of Parliament House just having a look around, and there was a whale right in front.
Seriously?
A whale. None of us could believe it.
Wow.
But the locals just didn't even look twice. They was just normal.
That's amazing.
Just normal.
Going back to the getting scared off leaderboards, I remember there was a player on the PGA Tour, and I can't remember who it was, but he never liked playing the Pro-Ams on the Wednesday. So he used to finish in the money list somewhere between 70 to 100.
On purpose?
Well, year after year, he just seemed to finish in that spot, making good money. Yeah, probably $1 million a year or so.
But didn't have to play on Wednesday.
But didn't have to do the Pro-Ams. He was sort of in that, might have been around the high towards 100 or something like that.
Got to remember his
I'm
name.
trying to, but I just can't. Someone told me about it years ago. I thought, that can't be right. But every year I looked on the money list, and sure enough.
You've got homework. You've got some homework. Yeah. I want you to name names.
Okay.
You talk about Victoria Island being beautiful in Canada, Mark. And honestly,
Vancouver Island.
Oh, Vancouver Island. Sorry, Vancouver Island. Honestly, you can go anywhere in Canada, and it just everywhere is incredible. It's the most beautiful country.
It's gorgeous,
and the people are amazing too. Great part of the world.
Thanks for listening from Edmonton.
Yeah.
Thank you, Marilyn. Okay, this one comes from David. Great show, guys. Your chat recently about the weirdest and strangest putting strokes was very interesting. I've got a stroke that works for me as a righty. I splay and open my right foot away from the line and open the face of the putter to compensate, and that works for me. Also, there was one you missed, Michelle Wee, straight legs with head bent over the ball from the hips.
Oh, yeah. She was almost a right angle.
Yeah.
The T-square.
T-square.
Yeah, the T-square, I think they used to call it.
So it sounds as though the putter head and the right foot are in the same angle.
I felt like he said the
right foot was splayed.
Oh, the right foot splayed.
And the putter face was open as well, splayed open.
So they're both.
So that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
now, does the putter face and the foot square up through the ball? That'd be interesting.
Hey, if it works, it works.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter.
Ball doesn't know.
Yep.
Couple of comments on Aaron Baddely. This comes from Wayne. I saw him once on the range at Royal Queensland. He was phenomenal. Swing and pure contact. Never got the praise that his putting did. Likely the lead bettering that came later is why.
Yeah, he got lead bettered for sure.
His original swing got the praise that the putting did.
Yeah.
But post that.
Did you ever pick up his irons?
No.
He used to have them specially made when he was young and coming through. He had that option to where he could get irons made exactly the way he wanted them. He would have them as short a blade as possible.
Oh, really?
So you pick them up.
Oof. And you're thinking,
how, like the ball doesn't even fit on the face. that was so tight. But look, that's the way he liked it, and he had a minimalist swing. And I imagine that minimalist swing hit the sweet spot an awful lot.
Indeed,
most times.
From Billy, I went to the Australian Open at Royal Sydney in '99. There were two guys that hit the ball, and it sounded so different to everyone else. It was so pure, and it was so noticeable. Aaron Baddely and Michael Campbell.
Oh, sorry.
Well, and Cambo.
Yeah.
Cambo.
Aaron Baddely, Michael Campbell. It stuck with me all these years how good the sound off the club was.
Yeah. Every once in a while you see Cambo on the Champions Tour in Europe.
Yeah, the Legends.
The Legends Tour.
Yep.
And his swing, it doesn't look like it's changed too much. He still looks like Cambo. Still got the
flushing
same follow through.
Yeah. Same tempo.
Same tempo, same beautiful balance, same smile. He's a good man.
Yeah, there was a few players when you were on the range, you go, oh, well, I haven't heard that sound in a while. Yeah. And Shark was one. I mean, and then obviously Tiger.
What do you reckon happens at a dress for it to happen? Is it just the face stays so crazy square and there's enough power, with a square face that
I think it's just
makes it happen.
It's the compression.
Yeah.
You just hear this sound. For me, Jose Maria Olazabal was one of the great long iron players of all time.
Yeah.
And his long irons, just the compression, how he kept this face square for so long through the ball.
Mine was Brad Hughes.
Yeah.
When Brad Hughes hit a 3-iron, my God, it stayed hit. It was, you know how they say the fast bowl's a heavy ball?
Mm-hmm.
Mate, he had a heavy 3-iron going. His acceleration was unmatched.
Inadvertent drive-by from Billy on that message, wasn't it really, about the other players in the tournament at that time?
No. I was a complete sclaffer. That's okay. I mean, I did finish runner-up, but that's okay.
I was a slapper.
Where did you finish?
I was nowhere. Which tournament was it?
The 99
Australian Open.
99 Australian Open.
Royal Sydney.
Sydney. You know what? I think that's the only Australian Open I didn't qualify for all the way through. Otherwise, every other one from 1990 onward. I qualified in 1989 at Kingston Heath as an amateur, and then I played in all of them except for 99.
Wow.
I watched on.
Okay, this one here from Reese. He's talking about how you said that you guys said last week that most club members will be happy for their course to be given over to a major tournament. Reese doesn't agree. The golf course I'm a member at hosted the qualifying and match play for the Queensland medal. The course was left a disaster with divots and pitch marks everywhere. I reckon a lot of members don't want to give up their course for a big event because I don't see the benefit.
Well, there's nothing worse.
Divots are going to happen just because it's pros, but again, that's a tough one. Pitch marks, inexcusable.
Yep. I've heard members talk about that when some junior events are played at the golf course and the members turn up the next day. It's not a very good advertisement for that. You know, when I was a kid, we used to have the qualifying for tournaments at the best places. Like we had a qualifier for the Boys Championship of Victoria. The qualifying was at Royal Melbourne East. Right?
Okay.
You play at Royal Melbourne for the qualifying, and then I think, the match play
was
at
the main event.
The match play was at Patterson River.
Right.
So the course you probably haven't even heard of.
No idea what
but
it is.
the qualifying was at Royal Melbourne East.
Gosh, okay.
So I remember I qualified for Yarra Yarra, the Vic Open at Yarra Yarra. Aussie Moore won it in 1986. So I was 16 years old. And the qualifying was at Metropolitan Golf Club.
How good's that?
For the Vic. So it was amazing back then.
Gosh.
Your touch of class for BMW last week, Nick, was Whitney Hillier talking about Jessica Bang, who passed away recently. We had a comment on that from Whitney. She made a comment about that.
Good on you, Whitney.
Nothing I can say or do will bring Jessica back, but I did my best to play for her. Love hard.
Isn't that beautiful?
Very nice.
Nice of her to touch base. Thank you, Whitney. That's
Thanks,
great.
Whitney.
Yeah, she
And
seems
well
like-
done.
Yeah, she had a great week last week too.
Yeah.
A good human she is. Now, this is a bit of a fun one. We'll wrap up on the feedback on this one here. This comes from an account called 3 Feet Golf. Now, you were talking last week about the slow play versus fast players and where where it would end up.
Yes.
3 Feet Golf put this scenario into ChatGTP.
Oh, nice. Yes.
You want to know what ChatGPT said?
Yes.
Group 1 starts on hole number 1, Ludwig, Foxy, Sam Burns. Group 2 starts on hole number 10, Keegan, Cantlay, JB Holmes. Do we have Holmes in ours or not?
No, but that's good.
Well, he was he was the player that
I thought we had
never
Bo.
liked playing with.
We had Bo Hostler in ours, I think.
Brian Harmon.
We had Brian Harmon or Hostler?
Well, yeah.
Could have been.
Anyway,
what do they
We had
say?
a 4-ball, yeah.
So, ChatGTP has said this. I would expect Aubert, Fox, Burns to finish first. Well, hello.
No kidding.
Yeah, no kidding joke. More importantly, I estimate that when Group 1 reaches hole number 18, the Bradley, Cantlay, Holmes group would be approximately 1.5 to 2 holes behind.
Oh,
Seems a bit generous, I reckon.
that's very generous.
Absolute bollocks.
I'm going to put that into Super Grok.
I think you
My
need to,
$50 a month AI.
you need to grok
that
it.
is hopeless, and we'll get a better answer.
No, that's ridiculous.
All right, that's the feedback for Southern Golf Club. Now, time for the global results highlights. Nick O'Hearn. And keep in mind, Marilyn wants to hear about the Canadian tournament.
Yes,
that's right.
We will certainly
Have you
get
got
there,
it?
but we're going to start with LIV Golf Indianapolis because it's the final event in the historic season or seasons of this very interesting league, I guess you could call it.
It's a league, yeah.
Michael Assasso, who had, as I said before, no top tens, had a one-shot win over John Rahm, and Bryson was tied for third. Rahm actually bogeyed his final hole. Now, he teed off the second, given the shotgun start. I didn't mention this in the top five, some of the unique things. But he bogeyed the first, which led to the Assasso's win. But it was a phenomenal up and down. Did you see this?
I didn't see the up and down.
I think we might have sent it through earlier, Dan. So we'll play that for our YouTube listeners.
I did see the cash. The cash was phenomenal for this event.
Oh, the teams
event.
Oh my gosh, what do they have?
Legion,
what was the total?
13,
30 million. Total?
Yeah, but they split $8.4 million.
The Legion.
Yeah, Legion. Yeah.
Well, the Crushers have been great all along. Early in the week, our Majestics were tied for the lead, weren't they?
That was
could they steal it?
That was going to be something spectacular.
I think I sent to you, it would have been the greatest team victory since the Red Sox spoke the curse of the Bambino.
Would have been better than Leicester winning the EPL.
Yes.
Leicester City.
That's
would have been bigger than that.
Would have been bigger than that.
Anyway. Ripper, they shared $3.6 million.
Yeah, so they finished third. High Flyers were second.
Who's out for Ripper?
Who's out?
Yeah. Elvis is out. So he's
and Travis Smythe is in.
Travis Smythe got Elvis's check.
Well, yeah, I assume so.
Yes.
Hopefully they all get paid.
Or do they all get paid maybe?
I don't know.
Does Elvis get money for staying in bed? Getting a massage?
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Can you find it? You've got a lot of homework to do this week. Can you find out whether he got paid, please? I want to know.
Who knows? Best of the Aussies individually was Mark Leishman, who finished tied for 10th. Cam Smith was going along beautifully. Swing was going... You know, he was really doing some good stuff with Claude. By the way, I got some great feedback from Claude.
Massive feedback. Very good friend of mine. His name is Zach Murray.
He sent me the same message.
Did he?
Well, he sent me, how good was that, Claude?
Yeah. Huh? So he sent me a picture of it. Mm-hmm. This is about the Claude Harmon one. He said, haven't watched something from start to finish for a while. Didn't move an inch.
Yeah, he just said, how
Isn't
good.
that great?
Oh, that's brilliant.
And by the way, what he does on YouTube.
He's doing some great stuff.
Sunday strolls.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Check it out.
Check it out.
So good.
Good stuff, mate. Zach, we probably need to get Zach on at some stage.
We should.
Just to touch base. But what are you doing with Sunday strolls, lad?
I saw him playing Kingston Heath the other day.
Yeah, did a great job.
Good. No, very, very
He's killing it.
Indeed. So the season-ending standings individually was Rahm 1, Bryson 2, Lucas Herbert was 4th. So well done to him.
Well done, Herb.
The Aussies, Elvis was in 13th, even though he's had the last few weeks off. Cam 21st and Leash 24th.
What a season Herb's had.
Yeah, it's been good, hasn't it?
It's been remarkable.
Won twice on LIV.
Remarkable season. Yeah. Won twice when the purse was $4 million for winning, $20 million a week. So
not bad.
Just incredible. Well done, Lucas Herbert. You have crushed it this season.
PGA Tour, we had the second leg of the playoffs, the BMW Championships, where Wyndham Clark started the final round with a 5-shot lead over Rory McIlroy, and they were all tied after 11. Wyndham was struggling.
He was cooked.
He had 3 bogeys, I think, in the first 9 or 10 holes or something like that. Rory made a bit of a charge at him, but then finished it off beautifully. Wyndham birdied the last 3. Apparently, he was worst in the field putting the first 15 holes.
Yeah, that's right. So he'd been best all week, and then he was last for the
final round.
In the final round for the first 15 holes.
And then hole 3 bombs towards the end. Bang. So, yeah. Anyway, he had a 3-shot win over Patrick Cantlay, obviously one of our favourites, and Rory McIlroy finished 3rd in the end. Now, the top 30 moved to the Tour Championships, and this is where there's a bit of fluctuation in this one. 3 people moved in, 3 out. The ones that moved in was Patrick Cantlay, Bob McIntyre, Gary Woodland.
Right.
And the 3 that moved out was Kurt Kitayama, Ricky Fowler, and Bud Corley.
Ricky's out.
Yes. The Aussies, Adam Scott's making another Tour Championship, his 14th in his stellar career.
So does that mean he's in all 4 majors next season? I think it does.
I think it does.
So his major run continues.
So
he'll be at 107?
Something like that, yeah.
At the end of next year?
Maybe, yeah. So he finished 28th, so he snuck in. Minwoo Lee was 21st on the FedEx Cup. And Ryan Fox, he turned out to be the bubble boy. He went from 25 to 30 on the dot.
Wow.
So he makes the Tour Championship now.
Go on.
I was going to say, a little earlier, we were chatting in the break about one player who has just had an amazing season, and we were thinking about him as, I guess, our plus for golf.
Yeah.
And that's one of the Fitzpatrick brothers,
Oh.
Alex Fitzpatrick.
He missed out on our plus this week.
The run he has had, and
we had no status at the start of the year, and he ended up in the top 30.
And I was looking at my Find My Player app a little earlier, see what his world ranking has gone from, and we went out for outside 200 this year to being now in the top 60 or 70, something like that.
Can you just check watch my player for us, Stan, and just see where he is?
Alex Fitzpatrick?
Find My Player.
Find My Player? Excuse me.
I think he's 68, around that.
Righto.
In the top 70.
That's
anyway.
huge.
So it's a massive effort.
So he won the team's event with his brother.
Won the team's event.
And then parlayed that into a top 30 finish, and he'll get in all the majors next year as well.
68.
68.
Great app if you haven't got it.
Brilliant.
Yep.
Anyway, so we got the big finale, the playoffs for the PGA Tour this coming week at Eastlake in Atlanta, which was that home of Bobby Jones, I think, back in the day?
Yeah, that's
I think
right.
It was, yeah.
Yep, got Bobby Jones memorabilia dripping off the walls at Eastlake.
LPGA, this is for
Maryland. Alberta.
Yes, the Canadian Women's Open was on. And remember last week how we had Thai domination?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. This week, it moved slightly across the Asian borders to Japan,
right,
where they finished 1 and 2.
Now, you got to be very careful with the winner's name, Nick. I just want to preempt it.
Why?
Go on.
Miyu Yamashita.
Very good.
I used to speak a bit of Japanese. I'm okay.
Very nice.
So, okay.
Very nice.
And you know what she did? She equaled.
How many did she win by?
Equaled the record on the LPGA for winning margin. Won by 9 shots.
9 shots. I tuned out when she was 6 shots in front with about 5 to play.
Yeah, she won from Yuri Yoshida. It was a wide demolition, basically. Yeah. And do you know how tall
she looks like she was 4'11".
Spot on. Well done there, Mark. Was that a guess, or did you hear that?
I didn't. When I saw her, I was impressed with how she could control the length of club she had, because the club length looked out of whack.
With good reason.
Yeah, it looked way out of whack.
But a very impressive win for her. So well done to Miyu. Best of the Aussies was Robin Choi, tied for 17th. A couple of our big names, Hannah Green and Minjee Lee, both missed the cut.
Oh.
Minjee Lee was, again, right down the bottom, almost not last, but pretty close. So her struggles continue.
Can we check her bloods? Just make sure everything's okay?
Exactly.
Goodness me, she's had a rotten run.
Now, she was part of, I think, my top 5 of players I want to see do better in 2027. So hopefully she turns it around.
Off-season. Big off-season for you, Minch.
Champions Tour, we had the Rogers Charity Classic where Steve Alker got his 12th career win on the Champions Tour. Has there ever been a bigger... what's the word? Success story without actually doing anything on the main tour.
No one has accelerated more than Steve Alker once he's turned 50.
Incredible.
It's like he put a turbocharge in his back pocket and went crazy.
And the weird thing is, he still swings it the same, still putts the same, but something's clicked. Yep. So good luck to you.
I reckon when I first played with him, he swings exactly the same. I used to play with him a lot. We used to get paired together all the time in rounds 1 and 2. And I think he had a orthodox putting grip, and now he's done that.
Gone left-hand low, huh?
That's the only thing I can tell that is different from what
every time I played with him back in the day, he was always a great putter. So
he was the best birdie putter I'd ever seen.
Yeah. Anyway, he defeated Y.E. Yang on the first playoff hole. Best of the Aussies, Richard Green tied for 5th, and David Branson got a top 10, tied for 9th. So well done, Brando. We also had the US Senior Women's Open in Michigan, where some legends were playing. Our own Kari Webb, she finished 3rd behind 2 Swedes. Now, you'd think one name would win. Sorensen. But no, she was runner-up to another Swede, Maria McBride.
Yeah.
So she actually led this tournament last year going to the final round but didn't win. So a bit of sweet revenge for Maria. So well done.
Kari'd be filthy, you know.
She's such a competitor.
She's so competitive, Kari Webb. She would be filthy.
We had a few Aussies playing.
She'd be practicing on Monday. Yeah, I'll put it that way. She'd be on the range on Monday trying to sort it out.
Yeah, we had a few Aussies playing, like Rachel Hetherington, and then a couple of amateurs like Nadine Goal and Sue Worcester.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, some good names.
God, well done for making the trip, girls. That's fabulous.
How about the DP World Tour, Nick? You plenty of stuff going on there.
Certainly was. They had the Nexo Championships playing at Trump International Golf Links. I wonder how many courses Donald has around the world.
15.
15?
I'm guessing.
Might have to grok that one at some stage, I'd say.
You continue and I'll grok it.
You have a quick look. But the local Scot, Scott Jamieson, funnily enough. Had his second win in his career. This was a great story. It was his first win in 14 years, and he's one of the most well-liked players out on the DP World Tour, and very, very understated at the same time. So congrats to him. He had a 2-shot win over Matthew Jordan, the Englishman, and also a little bit of local flavour here for our Aussies. Connor McKinney from WA had his best finish on the DP World Tour with a tied for 10th. So well done to Colin.
Are you on Grok over there,
Connor,
Mark?
should I say?
Yeah, I'm on Grok.
Go on.
I'm finding out.
How many courses? You said
Yeah.
15. I'm going to say 12, just to round it off.
How many golf courses does Donald Trump own? 16 golf courses.
Oh, geez, you were close.
That's 11 in the US, 2 in Scotland, 1 in Ireland, 1 in Dubai, and 1 in Indonesia. Cool.
There you go.
It doesn't mean he owns them, though, because often he'll license the Trump name to
there you go.
an existing
Yeah.
place. So he's not necessarily the owner of some of those. I know he owns a couple, but...
Just like Sunny's name.
But you know why he does it?
On the course.
You know why
And
he
on
does
an
it?
airport.
And Tell this story, Nick. This is because I know what you're going to say, and it's very
Go on,
funny.
tell me.
Because he wants the course record.
Yeah.
The most course records. Because he always plays the first round, and then his score counts as the course record.
I didn't
right?
know that.
You didn't know this?
Yep, that's what he does.
That's what he does.
That's funny.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's, people out there kicking balls and doing whatever. So
That's
this course
funny.
record's going to be pretty low. Or whatever it is. And then obviously that lends itself to the club championships as well.
It's funny because I told you we played the Australian Open tees at Kingston Heath. For the first time, we played the 11th, new tee on the 11th.
Yes.
So whoever got the lowest score in those 2 weeks had the course record.
Andre?
Eugene Smith.
Ooh.
Shot a 69.
69.
Yeah,
I thought you
he
said
did
Andre
really well.
shot 4 under. Okay.
No, Andre's
Lord
handicap, he went from, no, it was another one, Angus Baldwin, got the 4 under, ended up shooting 70, so he missed out.
Right.
I was 1 under with 3 to play. And
Imagine if you'd had
I
your
just
name up.
needed to get the last birdie, 2 of the last 3, and I had it.
Does it go up in gold letters?
No.
Ah, okay.
No.
Never mind.
Nothing like that.
All right.
But anyway, it is cool when you get the first round in.
Now, most importantly, this week, the PGA Tour of Australasia kicks off for our season. They're up at Port Moresby for the PNG Open. So good luck, boys, and enjoy.
Good stuff. Well done.
All right.
Okay, for the Golf Clearance Outlet, time for the masterclass. Now, Mark, you've got one that's inspired by a video you saw.
That's right. I saw a video of Jason Day doing something on the driving range.
Okay.
Mind you, in a pair of tracksuit pants and a T-shirt, which is unusual.
Was it his home range? Or?
It looked like Ohio, it looked like,
Ish.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
It looked like Muirfield, where he lives on Muirfield.
Right.
So he was there at Muirfield in the sweats, in the T-shirt. I've put it in the practice. He was using a big foam brick. I just use a golf ball on the range.
If it's Muirfield, they have a circular range. Do you know that?
Yeah, well, that's what
Is that what it looks
that
like?
doesn't surprise me.
It's kind of a
because,
circular range. I remember hitting balls because you're hitting from almost different angles.
Oh, well, it was definitely there then.
Okay, cool.
It was definitely there. But I've put in the practice. The last 2 weeks at Kingston Heath, we played off the Australian Open tees. I shot 75 and 73.
Ooh.
Not too bad for me.
That's very good off
from
those
way
tees.
back.
Yeah.
Which is good. But in the 73, I hit 13 or 14 fairways using the Jason Day drill. So I'll explain more next.
I'm interested.
Okay, Mark Allen here at the Golf Clearance Outlet, and it has been such a great relationship that we have had at Talk Birdie to Me, the #1 podcast in Australia, with the Golf Clearance Outlet. We're growing together. And the feedback that I keep on getting is that these stores are making golf affordable no matter what state you live in. We've got 9 Golf Clearance Outlets right across the country. 2 more are on the way. The latest one was in Mornington, and they all look like this. You got the putting barn, you've got golf balls, you've got gloves, you've got all these shirts. But folks, believe me, at the Golf Clearance Outlet, the price is right. Okay, this week's masterclass for the Golf Clearance Outlet, and Nick, once
We're
again,
back in the simulator here.
yeah, and once again, it's all about me because I saw this video from Jason Day. Now, I want you to watch his swing, but more importantly, I want you to have a look what's next to his golf ball, just on the inside, as he hits this shot.
Okay. It looks almost. Remember, we were talking to Claude Harmon, Harmon, and he's almost working on a similar thing on the takeaway, isn't he?
That is exactly right. Now, that big foam brick that he's got on the inside, what that does, it does two things for him. It keeps the club going back, so he's not going on the inside. Over here, Dan, you'll see a little bit better. So he's got the big foam brick there. That's just in your eye line when you're hitting shots, and it makes sure that you stay away from it. But what I have found, because I've had this two-way miss going for a little while, I've got rid of the two-way miss, would you believe? So what I've found is it's club's going back the right way, but then I'm not coming down too much from the inside, and I'm keeping my arms nice and long,
keeping the width,
to miss this ball. Now, I would never have thought to do this, but the feeling of the width, so you miss the inside ball, what it feels like to me and what it looks like when I'm filming it are two totally different things.
Feel and reality.
Feel and reality. It's amazing, this game. Anyway, I saw Jason Day doing it. I thought if it was good enough for him, I'll give it a whirl. And my God, the difference to my game, just trying to miss that ball on the way down, because everyone wants to come down from the inside, it doesn't work that way. So again, it stays on the outside on the way back, but most importantly, I stay wide on the way down to miss it through impact.
Beautiful. Both of those shots
next to each other.
Very consistent.
Must be the wrong eye angle, Nick. Must be the wrong eye angle. All right, folks. Thanks again. We'll catch you next time.
Talk Birdie to Me with Nick O'Hearn and Mark Allen. Live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. Titleist, the #1 ball in golf. FootJoy, the #1 shoe and glove in golf. The Golf Clearance Outlet, they beat everyone's prices. BMW, luxury and comfort for the 19th hole. Betr, ahead of the game. And Hostplus, they can help you drive your retirement further. Now that's a plus. Issued by Hostplus Pty Limited. This is general advice. Consider the PDS and TMD on our website before deciding. Wherever you listen or watch, we'd love you to subscribe and share the pod with a friend. Talk Birdie to Me's executive producer is Dan Baddely at Kaizen Media. Sound design by Daryl Misson at loudzebra.com. And now from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, that's been Talk Birdie to Me.